had a question for Great Mother today about a post that I made on Facebook and Instagram that goes like this. We tire quickly, so pace yourself by only doing what you love from love. People who love you care about how they make you feel. Our energy is lost in the over concern for those who have no concern for us. While we are meant to share our gifts, talents, and abilities with the world, our purpose is to fulfill the MDT soul contract to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence. We achieve balance by being considerate and appreciative of ourselves until it overflows effortlessly. Okay, so here's the breakdown. Before I do the reading, I want you to see how this kind of resonated with me. So the first part, as empaths with the mother wound, saying we tire quickly, so pace yourself. That to me is one part, and the second part is by only doing what you love, and the third part is with love. Those are like the three parts, because we're talking about pacing ourselves, which is really huge. You know, we have these huge energetic swings, right? Sometimes we have a lot of energy and other times we have none at all. And so that is a huge thought within itself, even though this is like on the same page, but it's a huge thought that ties into the fourth statement. People who love you care about you. Because we go high and low, and the dysregulation of having a core belief in divinity identity, I am a dearly loved divine child of the great Mother, Father, God, who's never judged, condemned, or left alone, leaves us with the cognitive dissonance that intersects that thought with shame, blame, and guilt from mama drama trauma. We're not enough because of the rejection, the abandonment, and abuse. And that actually being our experience. And so who we're taught are people who love us, or people who provide for our survival. But this concept of people who love you care about how they make you feel is foreign to us. Okay? And so that's why we get dysregulated, because we're always trying to make people care about how we feel. Always trying to give people another chance, or caring so much about how others feel that we don't get our needs taken care of. And so the breakdown takes us right back to the second part of by only doing what you love. So by only doing what we love, that connects to the fifth part, which says our energy is lost in over concern for those who have no concern for us. That's why we can't do what we love, because we're too busy trying to chase love, to be aware of what our own desires, needs, and love is. We are equating our basic needs of maternal presence, provision of care, and protection with love, when in actuality, it's what's called healthy attachment. And that was covered in the last session in the MDT Academy podcast, when we talked about mama drama trauma and emotional intelligence. Our emotional intelligence is attached to our attachment style. And if you've studied attachment styles, you know that there are four secure attachment style is the ideal conditioning in our formative years where we have that maternal presence, provision of care and protection, and we trust our mothers, our environment, and the world to be safe for us to interact in and to live. And so we focus on what it is we love, and we are not divided in our energy and in our attention to where we're confused about that if we have avoidant attachment styles or nervous, anxious attachment styles or disorganized attachment styles, which really are based in trauma, some form of abandonment or abuse, which is what MDT is. The mother wound for empath is all of those things. So those are the three that we tend to have because we're not secure. And so this meme, you can see how it brought up all these things for me. And a lot of times when we see these memes online, and even from Mama Drama Trauma Academy, they can be really loaded statements. And so for us, I thought, since I haven't really known what to do with the readings here on the channel, because no one's really asked for readings, most people just get their own deck as empaths do and do our own readings. That's cool. Even though I said I wouldn't tell anybody's name or anything like that, I know how we are. I've been trying to figure out a way, how can I use this channel to share the deck that Great Mother gave us to self-regulate and to resolve our cognitive dissonance with shame, blame, and guilt and our divinity identity. So, okay, here's the last part before the reading, okay? So, with love, doing what we love only with love. And that connecting to the sixth part, while we are meant to share our gifts, talents, and abilities with the world, okay, ... Well, we're meant to share it with love, but how can we, when we are kind of retarded or underdeveloped in our sense of security and safety? How can we genuinely do it with love? The intent may be love. And a lot of times we see empaths like that. You know, a lot of our caregivers and whatever. That's why so many people are quitting the healthcare field and counseling and nursing and the medical field and everything, because yes, we have the intent to do that and the heart to do that, but unless our grounding in our own sense of who we are is there, our tanks are not full enough to give to others, which takes us to our purpose is to fulfill the MDT soul contract, to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence. For us, at the end of the day, our primary purpose for this incarnation is to resolve the karmic debt that we have regarding lifetimes and lifetimes of that kind of behavior, of not grounding ourselves, of having all these great intentions as old souls and wanting to share with the world, and we've done all these wonderful things, but they have not been able to fully express because in one way or another we have self-sabotaged and sabotaged others in the process unintentionally, because our own stuff is not together. And so we are being required to love ourselves this lifetime. How do we know? Because our mothers aren't even loving us the way we need to be loved. That's a big clue. It's a big clue. And we know this as dearly loved divine children of the great Mother, Father, God, who are never judged, condemned, or left alone. We know this because we're never judged, condemned, or left alone. We're dearly loved. And so why would we be experiencing such a thing if we're dearly loved? To learn to love ourselves, to give ourselves the love that we need. What else would force us to evolve if we're not going to do it ourselves? If we're not going to fill up our own tanks, what's going to get us to the point where we can actually work and be effective in our health organizations, in our communities, to the degree that we're not manipulating and trying to get attention and all this stuff from other people, to where we are full when we go in and we're ready and we're actually not putting on an act, but we are all of that and a bag of chips, and we are there ready to serve, full and ready. What else is going to do it? Okay, so it's like a rites of passage taking us to the last piece. We achieve balance by, one, being considerate and appreciative of ourselves until it overflows effortlessly. We don't even have to do all this self-care and self-love and all this stuff. It's just the automatic way that we live, to where it's just an effortless thing that it overflows. It's just like any other habit, and it has taken me 20 years of conscious inner work to get to a point where it's just a habit, where I take care of myself. Do I still notice where there's resistance in my relationships and in situations when I do that? Absolutely. But just like any other habit, it's kind of hard to break it once you have it. It's like overeating. It's hard to stay to a new diet once you keep on doing it. Well, it works the other way too. Once you've established the divinity, identity, lifestyle, it's kind of hard not to live it. And so why am I having such a hard time now? Well, this is the question I have for Great Mother. I said, Great Mother, while I was shuffling my Mama Drama Trauma Healing Oracle deck, I was processing all of this, and I was feeling some kind of way about it, And this is what I asked her. I said, I'm sharing my overflow. I'm there. I'm in the habit. I'm in the lifestyle. I'm teaching it. I'm sharing it. Like I prayed to get guidance, and you dropped down this download for this deck 10 years ago, and you have given me all this coaching and guidance and led people to work with the deck and to work with me. And here I am in 2023, and I'm sharing my overflow, but am receiving little feedback or appreciation. What do I, as a dearly loved divine child of the great Mother, Father, God, who is never judged, condemned, or left alone, need to know? And this is what she said. Now, as you may know, you have the deck. Most of us here at our channel do have the deck. This is the 9-card spread. And so the center card here, we're starting with Moses, is what it is Great Mother is telling us the soul wants us to focus on in response to our question. So in response to, what do you want me to know about me sharing from my overflow but not receiving any feedback or appreciation? The Moses card tells me that, Tammy, your work is your reward. Your cosmic calculus, your astrological birth chart, as you have learned, Mama Drama Trauma is your karma yoga. Karma yoga is the karma that you have, the work that you have to do in your lifetime. And will be recognized as an effective tool, the Mama Drama Trauma Healing Oracle deck, after your transition from physical form. Now, I already know this, but that's what my soul wants me to focus on. Okay? I haven't really been paying attention to that, but this is what we're going to focus on this reading, because this is how the readings go. And the center card is Moses. Next, Rhiannon, self-doubt. Above it, this card is saying that this self-doubt is making you fearful and will determine how you experience life, your future, and everything if you let it go unchecked. So check this self-doubt by asking yourself, should I doubt myself? Is what I'm doing dubious? Is it a doubtful thing? Should I be questioning it? Or questioning what is making me question it instead? Which is what I'm doing. So the fact that I'm doing this reading, my soul is letting me know, okay, you are questioning it. So let's focus on getting you back to realizing your work is your reward. And the shadow is Isis. Up your self-mothering and self-care game immediately, as you need to get back into abundant surplus to enjoy work and be carefree. So there's some self-care that's needing to be done. Even though I have been feeling like I've been doing quite a lot lately, it's been, I guess, kind of perfunctory, kind of like the habit-like way. And this is saying up my game on that. So, okay, I have to look into that gladly. Next, the law of destiny and free will is telling me that what you want is to experience your divinity identity, your birthright, to be happy, healthy, and whole in all you are and all you do. That's what you want in everything. You're wanting to experience that. That's that little feeling kind of way, niggling little thing within you that got you here. Is what you really are wanting is, even in your work, you're really wanting to be happy, healthy, and whole in that experience. And so what's supporting you to do that? The law of divine father, your intuition, soul downloads are skillfully directing your path toward this desire to keep going despite outer conditions. So this is where I am reminded that in everything, especially in this daily practice with the Mama Drama Trauma Healing Oracle deck, it is always a lesson being learned, and it's always about experiencing what is being taught. It's not so much about reading the reading, but living the reading. And so I am being guided. And so this is reminding me the law of divine father and following my intuition to actually do the work and keep going despite what my mind is telling me about the outer conditions of no feedback or appreciation, making it mean something that doesn't have anything to do with my divinity. Okay, the focus is on divinity. So with Baba Yaga, the cardinal position of the present state of ego soul alignment, saying that, Tammy, you are aligning with wild woman energy, expressing creative parts of yourself you may find more revealing and risque than you've done in the past. Okay, so this might be kind of you kind of feeling kind of, like you're needing validation, you're needing affirmation. But this is how you experience or feel appreciated, by acknowledging and considering your own soul's unique gifts, talents, and abilities. So it goes deeper on the internal in order to experience what we need on the external, beyond just the talking about it and being about it, which is what, we're saying in terms of being healers as empaths and creative people, and our energy efficiency being about that. And so I'm being told with this Baba Yaga energy, you are, like I sing on the podcast, and I do all kinds of stuff, and I enjoy channeling my soul expression and creative voice and speaking, and it is more risque. It's true. It is more revealing than I've ever done. Even doing a personal reading, online, this is very exposing, but at the same time, I'm just a dust in the wind. As divine as I am, and as we are, we truly are just dust in the wind. So the real sizing of the ego is happening here. Now, looking at Sedna, this card is, why does the soul want me to focus on Moses, the live the law card, about my work being my reward? Because each moment, as a result of appreciating my soul and its expression, I have the choice to be the victim or the victor. Either I'm going to appreciate it and consider it as sufficient and be the victor, or I'm not and be a victim. It's always up to me. That's free will. That's free will. And so the law of destiny and free will, in terms of being in the position of what I want, and it's saying you want to experience divinity identity, that's what I need to do to experience it, is to choose to be the victor, to choose to honor my soul as something worthy of my appreciation. Okay. And self-inquiry here. Ask, is it true? When in doubt, especially of yourself, always ask, is it true? Is it true that I am receiving little or no appreciation, little or no feedback? It is true, but after this reading, I'm not in doubt. So when I was in doubt, I was feeling like I wasn't sure whether or not it was true or that it wasn't true. But now, in this position of how to integrate this card's position is in how to do the center card work of your work is your reward, is to ask myself, is it true? Always ask myself, is it true? Well, no, it's not. If in fact the feedback and appreciation is on me to give myself, there is no lack of feedback. There is no lack of appreciation. I am constantly engaging in internal dialogue and constantly trying to refine the messages that I receive. So no, there is no lack of appreciation feedback. And finally, the outcome card is Brigade, Authentic Passion. Do you, boo? Rejoice and be glad, and others doing who and what they are doing too. There is enough energy, love, and attention to live a good life and be happy, healthy, and whole in it. So that is the reading. In summary, the flow today about this post, dealing with how we pace ourselves, our energy, and the love that we so often seek, got to the heart of doubts that I had based on still, even now, wanting that external validation in some way. Even in doing the work that I'm doing, even in sharing the message that I'm sharing, still having that need creep up in a way that brought sadness upon me. And as always, Great Mother came through and she said, look, honey, your work is your reward. Now that says a lot right there. That is exactly what is said here when she gave me this meme to post. You know, pace yourself by only doing what you love with love. That's your reward, doing what you love with love. You see, people who love you care about how they make you feel. So you don't know how people feel about you externally, but what about how you feel about yourself internally? How are you making yourself feel? What if that people is you? Are you caring about how you are making yourself feel? Don't delude yourself because You don't want to get lost by caring too much about how you feel and your concern for others, not to be balanced. You need to balance this energy by considering and being appreciative of yourself to the point where you are always looking to get to a point of overflow. You're wanting to share your gifts and talents with the world. But you're going to have to own up to who you are, question those doubts when they come to your door, and make them validate themselves. Forget about you getting validation. You already validated. You are already a dearly loved divine child of the great Mother, Father, God. It's this stuff that's rolling up on you, and you need to stop at the door and validate with the self-inquiry. Is it true? Up your game on the self-care and the self-mothering so that you always know that you're worth it. And go ahead and express all that your soul has to express. There's a lot of joy here for you. There's a lot of love here for you. And just know that later on down the line, you'll be looking down on this earth, and every single thing you've ever given, that you've ever shared, is going to be useful for those that this is intended for. This is not a time where the majority of people on this planet that have this condition are aware of it, are ready, able, and willing to address it, let alone do the inner work. So you just enjoy the creative process of making it available for them when they are. And for those who are here, just say hey every now and then when you're doing your work, to let them know how much you are considering their needs and appreciate them from your overflow. I hope that has been helpful and inspiring, and it's given you an idea